You go
Oh,
first.
and then hi, I'm Eric, and I'm Elaine,
And
and
this
you're
is
watching,
no.
and you're
And this
listening,
is
and this is
Friends on Purpose or FOP.
no, no.
You're right.
Welcome to Friends on Purpose
Where two friends talk about life, love.
and finding purpose. That's a cool cup. Is that
Thank
ceramic?
you. Yes, it is. It's from, this is a product placement. It's from East Fork Pottery. They're actually down in
Oh,
Asheville, North Carolina. And my partner always jokes that our 401k investment is being bolstered by all of the ceramic pottery that
oh
she's
yeah,
purchased by them. She's like,
yeah.
that's our retirement plan because it's actually the ceramicist is Henri Matisse's grandson. So it's like, you know,
Who's
you
that?
you know Matisse, like
Oh, Matisse. Yeah,
Matisse. Yeah.
yeah.
Um
Matisse's sounded
yeah,
funny.
Matisse.
Didn't
Well,
quite
yeah,
catch
that
that.
was confusing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you so much. It's
Wow.
really beautiful. And
Yeah. It
they
reminds me, actually, my dad did pottery for a while when he was in grad school, and
mm.
he made like this cool little sake set,
Oh yeah.
and
Nice.
it looked just like that, but they're like,
Little
the small
shorties.
sake
We
cups.
have
Yeah,
some sake cups as well
yeah,
from East Fork.
yeah.
It's really beautiful. Eric, what are we doing today?
I am asking you a question,
And I know, and obviously I know.
and yeah, and because I brought it up last episode, which
Right.
was 2 weeks ago,
And I've had a lot
three
of time
weeks
to
ago at this
prepare
point,
mentally.
and then I also sent it to you on text as a reminder,
Right. Eric's
but
our
But
secretary.
I also forgot, so I actually have that text up right now,
hmm
and so I'm acting like I remembered, but I didn't. So,
I was acting like I didn't know, but now everyone knows I know.
okay. So the question is, what's something you used to believe strongly, but now you see completely differently? Is that proper grammar? Completely differently?
No.
Com- completely
Completely
different?
different.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Complete differently. Just kidding. Eric, I did actually think about this for I'd say like three car rides, three car commutes.
Oh,
So that's
really? I
like
was gonna say like the half hour before we logged
no,
on.
no, like that's like last night I was like, oh, I gotta think about this on the way home from work. And that's
Mhm.
like 32 minutes. I would say I gave it like 20 minutes of the ride. And I was like, ugh, what I'm thinking is silly. And then this morning, and then the ride home tonight. So that was 90
Okay.
minutes of dedicated time where I
Uh,
didn't listen to a podcast and I didn't listen to music and I just sat with my thoughts. And I am, I think, both proud and sorry to say that my answer is love.
Again?
Again.
But I guess that's the point, right?
But hear me out.
So something you believe strongly in love.
Something I
Yeah, explain.
yeah, like
And now you view differently.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think growing up, you, one, me, I,
Uh,
um, believed in probably like two kinds of love. And that was probably like romantic love and like familial love because you're little and
uh,
like that's what you get. You see it.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I also think when you're younger, you believe that love is there to do something to you. Like, oh, love will feel good, or love means I get to be with someone cool and fun. And now I just understand love as so much more of a like rainbow of
Hmm.
different things and also how transformative it can be when you unconditionally give love in these very nuanced ways. And like, full disclaimer, I'm not trying to say like unconditional love if you're in a bad situation or like,
Yeah.
but
I was
it's
gonna
just,
say,
yeah,
I feel very different about unconditional love at
yeah,
this
yeah,
point.
yeah. Like, but like what it means when you open yourself up to being vulnerable enough to like share
Mm-hmm.
love. And so it's like now when I think of all the different ways love shows up in my life, it's so much more vibrant because it's like the love you share for like a hobby or a passion you have, like the love that like and time and care and the show uppiness that goes into that versus the
Uh-huh.
love you have for friends and their roles in your like your life and how that undulates, and of course your family. And for me, my love like with family has it meant one thing when I was younger, and then as I grew older, I realized that that like really shaped everything about what I thought about love, and that I had to really work on like boundaries and
Mm-hmm.
figuring out like that love I think like didn't doesn't have to be conditional. So that's why unconditional love feels really important to me, because conditions for love, while I think boundaries and self-awareness is important, conditional exchanges are really painful and can like make you behave in really bad ways and get into bad situations. So there's like
Hmm.
familial love, and then even like partnership. I mean, my partner and I do not hold a candle to you and your partner, in terms of how
What?
long you've been, I mean, like in terms of
Oh,
how
oh.
long you've been together. But like as you grow older and like understand adult relationships and like healthy like romantic partnerships, I think that also changes how I understand love and like its role in your life. And like, yeah, like silly stuff like your career and like what
So, like, give me an example. Like, you thought this way when you're little, and this is
I
how
thought it
it's
was
different now.
so simple. I thought
Uh-huh.
it was like first when you're young, I think you think love is
No,
like
give me an example. Give me something that.
um like my fourth grade boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to Bror. That's
Roar.
yeah, that's like a lion's
Wow.
roar but with a B in front of it. I don't know. Cute name.
That's unconditional love right there.
Yeah, like you can still show up for someone if their name is Bror. Um he and I he was my first boyfriend
Mm-hmm.
and one of my last.
Okay.
But I like now what I realize is we were like super dope friends. That was it.
But what I learned then
That was a gay joke
is
for
I don't
everyone.
like dudes.
Yeah, yeah. I realized he was like a good friend of mine, but I like we I mean the only language I had for what I was like excited about with Bror was like I love him. I'm
Uh,
like 9 or 10. You know, I don't
yeah.
know
Sure.
what love is.
You're just figuring it out.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, but I'm trying it on. And I'm like, you know, what does it mean for me right now? And I think I understand it. And then I mean the same exact process happened every relationship since, where
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, I think I get it now. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
what it looks like. And then it morphs and changes and you look back and you're like, whoa, what I
Yeah.
that's not my current definition of love. And honestly, the second example would be like my career and work, loving what I do every day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I kind of believed that like I had to love my job because we spend in our culture here in America, we spend so much time working
Mm-hmm.
that I was really afraid that if I didn't love it, I was like wasting a lot of time. And I feel like I found a much better balance of like loving, like just a much more unified theory, like of loving what I do every day that is not in these separate buckets, but is more just like a way of living
Yeah. Yeah.
in love through love. And like
I can relate with that. Yeah, for
I
sure.
didn't know it could be that expansive. And so
Yeah.
I think I thought it was like very finite and like related in
Uh-huh.
these like buckets, and now I understand it as so much bigger and
Yeah.
like yeah, unifying. Anyway, ain't no thing, just talking about love
Cool.
again.
I with my career, I remember it was like who I was, right?
Yeah.
And I loved design. I loved
Mm-hmm.
graphic design. I mean, my whole college experience was like so formative and so like, um, it was like I could finally sink my teeth into this thing that I knew that I was already like in love with. And I don't know if it's just getting older or I've just been in it for so long that now it's just kind of second nature.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is not who I am. This,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely my job. It's definitely something that still interests me and
Yeah.
I still get excited about things, but it's not my identity anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's love necessarily as so much as just, um, growing up and
Mm-hmm.
growing, changing,
I,
like a
I think
change kind of growth.
it's kind of like understanding self in context a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you, I almost feel like I thought I had to be the one, like with career. It's like I have to love it in order to do it and to do it well and to be a good girl and like for me to
Yeah. All
succeed.
right.
And and it was like kind of a funny metaphor of like pouring a lot of energy into something that is, I mean, it my jobs have been my jobs have been come and go, but sure, people and relationships in my job are the things that I end up really loving, and that
Uh,
is like a way better use of time than loving like what my output, my product.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
like your designs are beautiful, but I
Yeah, but
actually
5 years later, they're awful because you've grown.
well,
You
or
know,
because like the
that's why I don't
campaign
get a
is
tattoo.
over.
I
Yeah,
feel like I'm gonna grow out of it and not like it anymore.
I can attest to that process being
Right. I just learned about your tattoo not long ago.
yeah, yeah,
I love that story.
it's not great. you know, it's a story. Yeah, I don't
It's
know. Like love, I just it continues to unfold in ways like in ways that I feel really um excited to like keep peeling back layers and being like
mm,
how it's like it's its own energy and
hmm,
I'm really it's so fun that when I think about what I thought love was like from the I guess like I mean I feel like my childhood I never wondered when I was young like little like baby I was cared for, I was held, I had food, I was safe,
right.
I had everything I needed, and that is so crucial to like little tiny humans development.
Yeah.
I think there was a time when I was coming out and when I was like an adolescent where my understanding of whether I was loved or not in my family unit was really fractured. And that is where I think I probably started understanding love as conditional. Whereas, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, if you behaved this way, you're deserving of like complete and full love.
Right.
But if you are
Right.
this way, then there's some, like we have to
Yeah.
review
Did
your
you just
contract.
realize that on your own, or was that something, I don't know, therapy helped with,
Yeah. Oh,
or
definitely therapy.
because I feel like I that sounds very new to me, and it seems something very because I've been thinking about that. Like
Yeah.
I've always thought, and it's true. It's not just my opinion. Like I did grow up in a good home. I was
Yeah.
raised well, and but like now I think about myself in ways that um, like oh maybe I think this way because of how I grew up,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so like it's not to say that it was any one negative thing, but just like human behavior is kind of hereditary in a sense, or that you like absorb the the ways of thinking of your parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
and that's not necessarily good.
Right.
Um, like trying to think of an example. Like even like perfectionism,
Mm-hmm.
like my dad's a perfectionist and that's very much a strength, but at the same time it could be like too much,
Yeah.
you know. You
Well,
can get very
all our
self-critical.
strengths are weaknesses,
Yeah,
right? You know,
yeah,
like,
sure.
yeah,
But it's like those hereditary things that are kind of
yeah.
passed down to you that you realize, oh, that's not me. That's like an outward thing that I could actually change.
Hmm.
Once you recognize it and see that, that thing is there. And I
Yeah.
wish I had a better example, but again, I'm still kind of in process.
Well, I think it's so interesting because I'm an only child, so I don't have any sibs. So, but
Mm-hmm.
your siblings, I think it was really interesting that like you all have a very familiar warmth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that is that hereditary? Is it nature versus nurture? Like what is the common thread between that? Because you're all very different. You all
Yeah.
walk through the world.
The weakness part of that is oversharing.
I love it. I'm here
it's
for
like
it.
it's like I am unloading on my coworker that I just met yesterday, and I'll be like, "Oh, I need to shut up. Like, I forgot that you're not
Never.
my best friend."
Interesting. Do you all do that?
uh Not all of us,
Yeah.
but I do. I would say Ev does.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, but
and I
it's
can say
so
that because I think she would
endearing.
admit. Yeah, but also it's just like a lot.
Well,
I don't like it when people overshare with me.
why?
Like if I don't know them,
Yeah.
it's not oversharing if you know the person,
Sure.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, um, but if you're not in like a friendship that is there to confide in, then I don't think it's not very welcoming to the person
Okay,
who's receiving.
I was at today.
And maybe
So
that might depend on the person, but
yeah, well,
yeah.
I'm super in tune with like the kind of the social dynamics at my new job. And I say new job, I started in August, it's December, but
Yeah.
it's an academic institution, so like it's still the first semester,
Uh-huh.
which is still new. Um,
Yeah.
and I've worked in education long enough to just like I get the rhythms and I like understand the systems, but the people are always the like rotating cast. And
Hmm.
I have been eating lunch alone in my office for however many school days we're at, like
Hmm.
I truly, there's no way for me to even know
Yeah.
since August.
Yeah.
And I don't, I kind of prefer that. I don't eat in the cafe, the cafeteria, like it's
Yeah.
750 kids churning through
Yeah. Yeah.
lunch. So, but I'm acutely aware that there are like groups of people that like have similar lunch blocks and they like go to each other's rooms and like sit
Yeah.
and have
Yeah.
lunch. And so I was in a meeting today with a colleague who I don't interact with that often. And she was kind of like, who do you eat lunch with? And I was like, usually
I
myself.
eat alone in my car.
Yeah, like I just know. So I go to the bathroom stall and I put on a
I eat my
podcast
leftover
and
frozen pizza over the
yeah,
bathroom
it's
sink.
really nice. I love it here. So she was kind of like, well, do you want to come and eat with us on
Oh.
Monday afternoon at this time in this location? And I was like, yeah, that sounds nice. And she was like, I am like sorry we never invited you. Now, I am not a, like, I kind of have a disease where I'm like, everyone must love me. If there's something going wrong, it's definitely not me. So it never even occurred to me that I hadn't been invited to lunch anywhere, but like apparently the librarian at the school also was like, oh, I just kind of thought you like had a group that you've been eating lunch with because like she eats in the theater and these other people eat down in the science wing. And like
Wow. So there's like
everyone's
little.
pockets and like everyone's
Yeah.
having lunch without me, which again didn't make me feel
It's
sad
been what,
until
4 or 5 months?
for sure. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Wow.
So I just got invited and it felt really nice. But what I was really aware of is like people's assumption. They were like I'm kind of like, I'm sorry, are you okay?
Yeah.
And I
That's
was
kind of
just
sweet.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
like thank you
I
for care.
I'm
Like
good.
I'm really good. I don't even heat my lunch up because I brought these metal, like stainless steel lunch
Yeah.
containers. You can't
Yeah.
microwave that, you know?
No.
Like, so
Uh,
I only, so I don't even like have to go anywhere. I just like pull my lunchbox out
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
eat like a little raccoon. Anyway, the point of all of that was I've like been like it's been fun to see these social dynamics because now I'm like pushing 40 and I DGAF about like social stuff at work because I feel like I have like a much I have like I'm so lucky to have great friends and I feel really like cared for in my community that work didn't even occur to me that I might make some friends. I'm just kind of
Right.
like I'm here, like we're teaching, we're doing our
Yeah.
things. But now people are inviting me to lunch and I was like, oh right, like I can connect with these people on
Right.
a social way, but like even
That's funny. Yeah.
yeah, I
I honestly, I think I'm doing the same thing. I've been there just over a year now, and I'm pretty sure people don't eat together.
yeah.
They do have like a cafeteria for like the folks who are on the manufacturing floor,
Yeah.
and
Like
so
a
they
like a
all have a
lunchroom or like a
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a cafeteria. It's got
Yeah.
like the long tables and the connected seats and all that, and the vending machines or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and I've done lunch in there like with other people during like company barbecues. Um, but from what I can tell, like I see some people eating at their desk, like the office workers. Some people will leave, go get something. Some people live nearby, so they just go home and eat. Um,
Yeah.
but I know what you mean about like I haven't made any friends there. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate working with everyone, and there's a certain you know is that your kitty cat?
Yeah.
Or is it
Yeah.
Loki?
Yes,
Uh,
that's Loki. Sorry about that.
um, but I connect with people on like a work level, and it's fun, and they're fun to be around. Um, but yeah, like making friends just doesn't feel like a thing for me at this
Yeah,
point
like I
in
could take it or
life.
leave it. I mean, obviously when
Yeah,
you like connect with another human and you're like fun, cool.
yeah,
But like again, like I feel so lucky. I have some unbelievable ride or dies that have been with me for a
yeah.
long time and
Oh, there he is.
he was upset. He was sad. He
He's
wasn't.
so pretty.
I know. He
He's got
really
really
is.
good coloring
Very into it.
for what is he
Siamese.
Siamese, yeah.
He's a Seal Point Siamese.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, um, yeah. So like, but okay. I brought up work because there's this other love thing that's been coming up, which is like, um, may have said this already. I work at a high school. We're cell phone free. The kids,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like the
Yo-yo update. We
right.
want the yo-yo
Yeah, we're
update.
just like, what's been going on in the world of yo? So like they're bored, like throwing some yo. But now it's like becoming like I don't go anywhere in the building without at least one yo-yo because I have like
Yeah.
11 yo-yos now.
Oh,
Bought me
wow.
some. I got there was a Black Friday deal. Like
That's so
I
great your mom bought you some.
was
That's
really
really
sweet.
sweet.
Talk about love.
Yeah.
So I I feel cool because like I have the wherewithal enough to know that like if I tried to push it on anyone, it's a no-go. But
Yeah.
people are showing up like just by word of mouth and like sometimes I'll walk into my office after like being in a meeting and I'll come back and there's just like two kids yo-yoing in my office. They're like, "Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
like can we do you mind if we So,
Do
why
you
did I
mind if we
bring
throw some yo?
Yeah, can we throw some yo, bruh? Um they like watching these students it's so nerdy, but like watching them learn a new skill and like be like so amped about it is like I love it. So I'm like kind of like addicted to it. I'm like watching I'm like we're doing it again and like because the students are so many of them are showing up actually because they just like need an adult to bounce some stuff off, but they're feeling a little
Uh,
like vulnerability nervous. So they
yeah.
are
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
throwing yo, but also like being like, so I didn't get into the college I wanted. And like
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
it's the whole thing is so endearing and like
Yeah.
friend like
That is so good.
people know about they're like, so like the high schoolers
And to
like that
be
you yo-yo.
somebody's like person, like,
It's so sweet. It's like really humbling. And
yeah.
but also all the while, I'm like getting very good at yo-yo. Like
Of course you are.
I'm like really I have I'm
You got to bring one to Dipsmith
yeah,
and show us your
I'll bring
skills.
all of them. I can teach everyone yo-yo
Whoa.
because I thought I was like whatever. I'm just a girl throwing yo.
I'm just a baby.
Yeah, I'm just a baby. I'm at like the top end of intermediate with the skills that I'm doing. Like I'm almost to low end expert.
That's impressive.
You know? So I what it ignited in me and what it reminded me of is like when you like it's not yo-yo. It's like pursuing something that feels really good. It's like okay,
Uh,
at different points in my life it's been like I was training for marathons and running them at one point, or it's like remember connects, I was obsessed. But
yeah.
what it was like learning a new thing and like getting all and falling in love with it, and
Uh huh.
like all
Uh
of the
huh.
highs and lows that come with that when you're like
Yeah.
it's not what I thought it was gonna be, or like, oh my god, I have
Yeah.
11 new yo-yos. Like, it's just like
And you have a community. You
I
have like
have a
a
community of yoers who are just throwing
yeah.
up. And I think I told you I was trying to like subvert the youth culture by
Hmm.
like joking around and being like, let's throw some yo, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now they're saying it too, and it's
So
like,
has any of them purchased their own yo-yo? Are they coming with their own yet?
well, two youths did say maybe I should ask her a yo-yo for Christmas, and I was like.
Yeah. There it
I was
is.
like, okay,
There it is,
yeah,
folks.
like you should bring your own yo-yo. It's whatever you want, but they're always here if you
It's a
need them.
perfect stocking stuffer.
Totally. One student recommended that I make a custom belt that like holds all
Like a
my yo-yos,
bandolier. that's
so I can
that's
just
like peak nerddom.
like rip
Like
out a
across the
cool. Yeah,
chest.
I know. I'm like, oh, you seen this automatic return yo-yo?
Like
Like,
Yo Yosemite Sam.
yeah, yeah. Well, I can throw three at a time and sleep them all and bring them all back.
What? Shut up.
No, I wouldn't lie about my yo-yo skill. It's like part of my reputation right now.
Well, I'm anticipating a yo-yo show
For
at
sure.
Dipsmith
Yeah,
this
I'm all
year.
in. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
cool.
Excellent.
Anyway,
That's
so
incredible.
that's all.
I
That's
love
all.
that. I love that you have that, in your life.
Me
I
too.
remember when I was teaching at
Yep.
the college, like I got my foot in the door by subbing,
Yep.
um, and everyone loved me,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my gosh, they love me.
Yeah.
Like it felt like so good,
Yeah.
and I wasn't that. Gosh, how old was I? I was probably
Like
28 or
27.
29.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that much older than
Yeah.
anyone. So I think it was like we had more in common. Um,
Like cultural touch points.
Culturally, like I could
Yeah.
speak their language.
Yeah.
And it's funny, and I think I've told you this before, but
Yeah.
like my last year of teaching was horrible.
Yeah.
Like last year or two probably, to where I just wasn't connecting with the
It was
students
like
anymore. And it was like the first year I'm like, why does this feel off? Like
yeah.
they don't seem as engaged. They don't seem and part of that is like I'm not a traditionally trained teacher, so I'm
Sure.
sure there are tools out there where I could have, and I did take some training
But it was
that
really
did help a little
natural at
bit.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when it wasn't anymore, it was a little disappointing. And it's when I first realized it was, so I would, I taught an intro level design course, basically teaching the basics of the Adobe software, along with some graphic design, because, you have to have something to work with. Right. So I was teaching design principles as well. And there was this assignment it was like one of the first assignments that you've heard
This
this.
one's so funny.
So I'm telling it for the audience right
Yeah.
now. The assignment was, we were learning Photoshop, and we would take an old photograph, like really old, like one of the first, daguerreotype photos, that technology, right? It's all scratched up, the tin is kind of cracked in areas, and there's parts missing, and so their job was to use the tools they've learned so far in Photoshop and repair the photograph to make
Yep.
it look new again. Um, and I had this photo of this young couple. It looks to be, I pulled it off the internet somewhere. And it looks to be like a newlywed couple, probably. The man is dressed in uniform. I don't know what country they're from, but it doesn't look like an American
Yeah.
uniform or even like a British uniform. So it's probably like,
Eastern
Russia or
European
something.
or yeah.
Yeah. And so, but what I did was, the style of teaching was kind of Bob Ross style. You kind
Yeah.
of follow along,
Yeah.
you know? And so I'm able to tell my stories like Bob Ross would, you just interject some things here and there. That's just fun. You're just talking,
Yeah.
And so I'd start off by saying that this is a photograph of, my great great grandmother and grandfather and my grandmother, great great grandmother by birth. And, and then I just start spitting out these little facts, she actually survived the sinking of the Titanic. And then wants to be like, are you serious? It's like, yeah, yeah, there weren't many there, that I actually looked up some Titanic facts, like
Yeah.
there were only so many people that survived it. And she was lucky. She was pulled out of the water, and into a lifeboat. And all of a sudden I start spitting out what ends up being the plot to the movie, The Titanic. Just slowly piecing.
James Cameron's masterpiece.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, she actually talked about a fling she had with this guy named Jack on board, and things like that.
And they'd be
And
like,
how she never forgot because she had this, the one thing she was able to save was a necklace and, whatever. And until finally one of the students would be like, this is the Titanic. You're talking about the Titanic. And then everybody would laugh and they would be like, oh my God. And that all to say is this last year or two,
they were like,
nobody got it.
they were just like, cool, bro.
Yeah. And then when I would explain it, obviously it's not funny.
Yeah.
And then they would be like, have you seen that movie? Like, that woman was crazy. And then you go watch it, it's like, yeah, that woman is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Like the plot is actually like kind of alarming.
Kinda
like,
kooky.
wait a second.
Yeah. Yeah. But like in the
Rose was not a good person.
No, in the year of our Lord 1997, we were just out there being like, wow.
Yeah. My heart will go on.
A love story. I got that.
Yeah. That's something I felt very strongly about that's changed differently is
that's fair.
My outlook on
Titanic.
the Titanic.
I bought the sheet music for My Heart
Me
Will Go
too.
On. Yeah,
Yes.
I learned it on the piano. And the pinnacle,
I was never that good.
Oh my gosh. The pinnacle was my friend Lee Rorick's cat. No, it was my friend Lizzie's cat died. And we had a funeral. And I played
You
My
played
Heart
that
Will Go
song.
On, and my friend Lee Rorick
Aw.
sang the lyrics to it.
Oh,
And I remember I was like,
that's
we are honoring this cat in such an important and really meaningful way. And now when I think back on like my mom in the kitchen with just a chorus of 9-year-olds being like,
yeah.
"Dear heart," and me being at the piano like really important. It's
That's beautiful.
so nice. Yeah, really.
And yeah, a little over the top, but
Yeah.
at that age.
That cat deserved it though. Like,
Yeah,
that was
it was
a
a good
real
cat.
one. That cat. Did I tell you that I went to a pet medium?
No. When?
I've been seeing a medium
Yeah.
for like people stuff.
Topic
Well,
for another
yeah,
episode.
that's a whole other thing. Well, I went to a pet medium.
After your regular medium?
Yeah.
What?
Because I was just like,
Was it the same one?
no. My human medium was like, I don't do animal communication. And I was like, thank you for your honesty. And she recommended a few people, and I just like looked at their websites and picked one, and whoa. So we have 3 animals. We have Benny,
Uh-huh.
Lorna, and Loki. Benny and Lorna are dogs, and Loki's a cat. And I'm all in on like the collective unconscious or like whatever's going on, spirituality. And this was like very, very wild, like specifics.
Is it like horoscope kind of thing?
No,
Like
it was like
they define You as a
She,
person, or
so she started by saying, like, let's ask. She was like, I know you're here because you believe in this, probably. And I was like, yeah, you don't need to, like, prove anything to me. But I was like, but please prove something to me. And she was like, let's just ask the animals to reflect back
is
to
this over
you.
video or in person?
This is on Zoom because it's like, you don't need to be in the
So
same room.
do you hold
No, I was at work.
Loki up to the screen?
No, I was at work.
So she doesn't even see, or she just, wow.
Yeah. So
That's some serious
that's some
magic.
serious medium shit. Ship. So
Medium ship.
she asked for their, like, whether they were dead or alive, their name, and like what their, like, cat or dog or
Yeah.
whatever, like, species. And
Yeah.
so I gave her that, and she's like, all right, so we're gonna ask them all the same question first. Then you can ask them each specific questions, and then we'll, like, see how much time we have left. And it wasn't that long, there's three animals, so we had to get through a lot. So anyway, the thing, I'll keep it short. The question where she asked each of them the same question. The first thing was like what do you want to tell Elaine about what you notice about her personality? So obviously I was like, what?
So she's
It's like this. We're on, like, video, and she's like, okay, Loki, the cat. And then she's just kind of like tunes in, and then she's like, okay, I've got Loki here. And then she, like,
she like
asks him a question, and she's
she
like,
can commune with Loki through tele
telepathy. Yeah. Like,
telepathy.
or like, yeah, just like she can, like, channel him. So she takes notes, and she's kind it's like, so it would be like, it would be
So
like
what did she
watching
say?
it would be like watching me have a phone call. Like if I was like,
Yeah.
Loki. So funny. And like I'm sitting there being like, what? What is he saying?
I want to do this so bad.
You can come to my next session. Because I'll be
We
going back.
so what did she
So
say?
she's like, so
What did
Loki
say?
said, this is so funny. And also, like, so vulnerable, and like, bro, stop watching me. Loki said that
Oh,
I uh a really joyful person with a lot of friends who doesn't do a very good job of sharing my negative emotions. Like, I keep them hidden too much. And it was like, bro, like, back up, okay? And then also said that I'm a really good dancer, and then said, ha ha. And I was like, and he, like, partner,
so this is just an opportunity for this person to
to just,
judge
like,
you
roast
and
me.
blame it on your pet.
Yeah, she's never met me. Like, I literally signed on and was
She
like,
could have said that about anybody. She
that
could have said
is,
that about me.
no,
I'm a really good dancer. Ha ha. That could mean two things. It could mean one or the other.
okay. Well, try this one on for
So,
size. Lorna,
uh,
who is our
who was your
little,
partner's dog
right, and is our little hound
originally?
dog, and
Mm-hmm.
she's a very, like, serious dog. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna tell you, you've been to this house. It's south facing, right? So we
Yeah.
get beautiful light that comes in our day all day. Lorna often, like, pretty much all the time, we she sits in a little ray of sunlight. Like,
Yeah.
wherever the ray of light is, she sits there.
She
She
travels. Yeah.
travels with it. Benny
Yeah.
doesn't do that. Like,
Uh-huh.
Loki kind of, he'll sit in some sometimes, but like Lorna just tracks the sun and, like, finds the
Yeah.
light. So the medium was like, um, the second question I asked Lorna was like, it seems like you're really happy with the pack, meaning just like Loki, Benny, and me, like, we're all like a kind of a pack now. And she was like, yes, yes,
Uh-oh.
yes. She said, I'm happy, but I can help you too. When I'm in the ray of sunlight, sit with me and meditate.
What?
Now, if she said that about Benny, I'd be like, he's really never in the. Okay, so then she moves on to Benny.
But it's like one of those things that
Yeah, that
you
was
know
like
your dog
very
for.
specific. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, shoot, Benny. I asked, one of the questions I asked him was like, I kind of like didn't know what to ask him because it's Benny, And I was like, do you have everything you need? Like, do you need anything? So she's like listening, and she laughs, and she was like, can you focus on the question, Benny? And then, like, up, and she was like, okay. And she was like, Benny would like you to know that he wants more beef dinner, and that he wants you to pet his sides and not his head as much, and that he can help you with your troubles at work. And I was like, what? Like, so we don't know what's going on with Benny. I don't really understand.
Your troubles at work. You
Yeah.
would bring him to work?
No, I think I'm supposed to like tell him about
Yeah.
stuff at work. I don't really know. I didn't
Okay.
get a lot of time to ask. I'll be going
Interesting.
back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ask them. Ask Benny what he thinks of Eric.
what do you think of what?
Me.
Oh, I will. I'll ask him. I'll ask him. He likes you though.
If you don't mind.
No, I'll ask him.
Okay.
He feels
Because
very.
I'm not a dog person. I'm not a pet person at all. So I'm curious what pets think of me.
Yeah, I can ask him.
Maybe I should just go.
Well, you can come with me. We can do
Hey,
it.
so I don't have any pets, but my friend
My
does, and
friend
I'm
has a
wondering
pet.
if you could
Could you
channel
turn
my
into
friend's pet
Benny?
and tell me what they think of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I felt like really self-conscious that I like she was like, "Do you want to know more about what your pets think of you?" And I was kind of like, "No, no, no. This is about them." But then I was like, "But what do they think of me?"
But what do they think of me?
Yeah.
How long was the session?
45 minutes. So it was like
Yeah,
15 minutes a pet.
that's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So
It was real.
you feel like it's real.
Yeah, this lady was legit. Because also there were just these ways that when she was communicating, like telling me what the individual pets were saying to her, it was like it I can't describe it except that it was like it sounded like their personalities. Like Benny, like more beef dinner.
Yeah,
Like he was, and
yeah,
then she was
yeah,
like, "You have to focus now." Like that's Benny, and like
yeah,
Lorna was very much like just like very steady and serious. And then
yeah.
Loki,
Kind of stoic.
yeah, and Loki said that he was my therapist, which I think if anyone will recall, I used him as like a tissue during my divorce. I was just like, like cried into that cat forever. And he was like, I used to be her therapist. How does a cat know what a therapist is? But
Used to be.
yeah, I used to be her therapist, and
Uh,
she can tell me more about like negative things. Like almost like he's like, you can still tell me the sad stuff.
right.
Anyway, so
Dang.
yeah, maybe I
You have
should.
the best medium stories.
I know because I am, if I do anything, I'm
You know
all
where to find the good ones, apparently. Emily went to one, and,
oh, so
this was our first
yeah,
mistake, was she went to the one at the Ren Fair, which,
bad. Yeah.
yeah. But it was comically bad. Like, she was just rattling off things like, I feel like what'd she say? There's a Christopher in your life. And Emily was like, actually, of all people, that's one name that is not
Not
in my
in my life.
life.
Like, no.
I mean,
Christopher Walken?
yeah, yeah, it was clearly a scam,
Yeah.
and we kind of went in knowing that because you're at the Ren Fair, everything's an act, right?
Yep.
But uh, I'm sure she would be interested to visit someone that was more serious about it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just
I
certain.
told her about your
Oh,
story,
yeah. What'd she say?
um, and she was just like, "What?
Yeah.
That is nuts."
Yeah.
And we shouldn't do it here because I think it's like totally like a whole podcast episode
I think so.
worthy,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we should eventually bring that up.
Okay. We're here. We're
Yeah,
landing the plane.
you first because I feel like mine's gonna be a downer.
Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm just really settled into the seasonal change and how
Oh,
thankful I am for living where we do. Like we kind of talked about this at the beginning of the season. Like
yeah.
I love this area so much
Hmm.
specifically because of the seasons. And as soon as you
Yeah,
like really start to hate it, it changes. It's like it's 12 weeks.
yeah.
It's dark, it's cold, it's snowy, but like it's candle season and it's soup season and it's
Hmm.
sweater season and it's book
And you live with
season.
someone who loves
Oh my
candles.
gosh, yes, yes. My partner
We
is,
when we visited, it was like an inspiration point.
yeah.
It was like, oh my god, we
You
need
can
more
live with
candles in our
candles.
life.
Like you can just have,
Yeah.
well, because
And it's so
it's
cozy and like
magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, the light is beautiful. I get up, at like 5 now to get to high school, and I don't turn on lights until it's light out.
Mm. Yeah.
I just do candle in the morning now. And it's dark
Yeah.
from like 5 to 6:30. Like I'm
Oh
like
yeah. No, for
making
sure.
coffee in
And
the
it's amazing
dark.
how much a candle will give off if you just
Yep,
your
that
eyes
plus the
adjust to
wood
it.
stove. I'm like,
Uh
oh my
huh.
God. And it's just
Uh,
gentle. So I've just,
yeah.
yeah, I've been really leaning into,
Good for you. I haven't gotten there yet,
yeah.
but
But it's like, it's a
for
kind
like
of, it's a
the seasonal thing.
practice. Like you
Yeah.
have to kind of
Yeah.
like
It's kind of
focus
yeah.
on it and
Totally.
like,
I will say it's easier with a wood stove in the home,
yes. Yeah.
or a fireplace,
Right.
especially one that you use
To heat
regularly.
and like, yeah, isn't
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because I grew up with that, and that it was just like a built-in, you know,
cozy machine.
yeah, exactly. So we don't have that. We have a propane heater, so it's just not cozy at all. You
Yeah.
know, it's even less cozy than like a radiator, um,
Yeah. Bummer.
which was also something I grew up with, which
Yeah.
was a fond memory. We would sit
Yeah.
on them and warm our little butts.
My mom
Yeah.
used to put my clothes on the
Yep.
radiator
Like
before,
our
yeah,
yeah,
and would
our
wake me
clothes,
up. Yeah. Towels.
or we would, oh, that's sweet. We
Yeah.
would put our winter clothes on to
Yeah.
dry,
Dry them off.
so that next time you went out, they were toasty warm. Yeah. Just New England things.
Yeah.
I love New England, and I'm gonna change. I was gonna say something a little downer, but
Mm.
this makes me think of, you're talking about like the second you start hating it, it turns
Yeah.
into something entirely different. Um, that's a lesson I learned uh, in the car one summer, and there was this fly in my car, and it's like a house fly,
Yeah.
and it was like buzzing and like keeps hitting
Yeah.
the windshield, and I will roll down all the windows, and it
Would not
wouldn't
go.
escape even while I was driving. It wouldn't
Yeah.
get sucked out. It was like pissing me off because I
Yeah.
kept trying to like smash it, like get out of my, just like to the point of distracting me.
Yeah.
um and it was in there for like days,
Oh.
and every time I would try to get rid of it, it would just not leave. So finally I was like, maybe not days, maybe 2 days.
You were like, it
So
was
finally,
one car ride.
but it
Two
was
cars
enough.
drive.
There was enough times driving where it was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this freaking bug.
Yeah.
Um, to where I ended up just naming it, like, oh, that's my fly, Chelsea.
Yeah.
I named it Chelsea, and it was to the point where Emily would come in, and it's like, oh my god, there's this fly in the car, and I can't get rid of it. It's like, oh, that's Chelsea, and it like flipped the whole script,
That's
right?
so
So it's
funny.
like, don't hurt Chelsea.
That's Chelsea. She lives.
Yeah,
she
that's
lives here.
Chelsea.
Actually,
We like to.
yeah.
She likes to go on rides with us.
Do you
Speaking of
see
bug.
this
Oh my god.
spider?
Has that been like
It's-
after you all this time?
Yes.
I've been seeing it float around.
That's
Yeah.
been this spider. And I've just been
Yeah.
kind of like trying to mentally just be like, you are welcome here. Maybe that's Chelsea's friend. Oh, shoot. And now
Maybe. And we actually did the same thing with a spider in our tent when we were camping. We named it Roger.
Sure.
It was just this daddy long leg. We knew it wasn't going to hurt us.
Yeah.
It just sat up in the little net,
Yep.
that hangs from the peak.
Yep.
Yeah. And, it was like a good lesson because it was like, it's just about perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's why it's just living.
you can really
Chelsea's
hate
just
the
living
weather
life.
here.
Yeah.
But honestly, New England, once you decide to love it, it's like you love it.
Magical.
Cue the outro.
Cool. See you later.
Do we have to go?
Yeah, we do.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Friends on Purpose. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and or TikTok.